What's up guys, it's Daz here, but you don't really care. Nintendo has another new trailer for us from E3 2016, this time being Paper Mario Color Splash. Let's have a look here, I'm curious. Seems there's mixed opinions brewing here. Well, let's break down the trailer and see just what it is people are talking about. Also some hidden secrets or whatever, but you know the drill with these trailer analyses. Of course, I recommend you watch the full trailer first if you haven't already, because I'm not allowed to just show the whole thing at the start of the video anymore. So, we start off at Mario's house. Looks a little different to previous incarnations of Paper Mario houses. So hey, I guess this is a totally different Paper Mario? If that helps with the pain. The environment for this game sticks to the sticker star aesthetic, whereby everything is made out of arts and crafts materials, with the trees and land seeming to be made out of cardboard, whilst the grass and bridge railings are made out of paper, or some other thin material. You can also see ridges along the clouds, especially when the lightning strikes. Two hooded figures appear in the bottom left corner with a white border around them. This is a new style for the characters, as every other game has had the character cut off from the black outline, with the exception being when Mario is transforming in the Thousand Year Door. This effect will add to the idea that everyone and everything in this universe is made out of arts and crafts, as opposed to being told like a story in a book, which is what the theme of the first three games was. But the whole team for Paper Mario is different now anyway, so let's just go with it. The hooded figures are shown to be Peach and Toad, who come with bad news. We have more toads to find and collect. Actually, the colour of the toads are being sucked out of them for some unknown reason. I also really like Mario's reaction here. I don't know why. And as the text is sucked away, we see that this is literally the case, as Toad's colour is being sucked out of him through a straw by a Shy Guy. Not even his border is safe. Zooming out, we can see there's a floating paint can, who happens to be your partner for this game. Your only partner. Sounds a bit like Kirsty, doesn't it? Also, does anyone else find its 3D design a bit jarring compared to everyone else's paperiness? At least in Paper Jam it made sense. Here's the title. The clouds are being held up by a wire, much like Yoshi's Woolly World, and there's a small boat. I would say this indicates how Mario journeyed to this island to uncover the mystery, but its design is completely different, so maybe not. Here's moments before at the first main section of this island you're on. I'm waiting for when they explain that we travel to an island before mentioning its name. I hope it pops up eventually in this trailer. Firstly, the structure here seems reminiscent of the structure in the Thousand Year Door, and probably has the same indication that there are 6 things to collect and gather here to unlock something. Interestingly, our partner can be found in the centre, so perhaps they are the centrepiece of this whole endeavour? Will collecting all 6 things simply recolour the world, or perhaps does this lead to some sort of final area? Or are there other paint characters that can be found, or is this the only one? Because maybe there's more? Also, in the bottom left hand corner of the screen, we can see that Mario starts off with 50 HP. Jesus! Additionally, we can see that Toads aren't the only ones having colour troubles, as there's flowers up top which have been turned solid white, along with blotches scattered around the floors and walls. Hammering the paint can both awakens it and turns its eyes red. Hit up new characters! But what's its name, trailer? And why is there only one? Here we see it bashes its arm handles together, so it's probably a short-tempered character. And then proceeds to rant at the two before asking for a burger instead of introducing itself. Right. That's enough of Canny. I'm calling it Canny since the trailer doesn't really want to tell us its name anyway. Repaint Prism Island. Here you go, it's an island and it's called Prism. You can see that hammering down under certain circumstances lets you splat a section of paint onto the ground. The HUD in the top left hand corner shows that there are separate bars for each primary colour. We can even see only the red one goes down after the first splatter. Also, here's a question mark block and a save block. Cool. Another section here, more towards the beach, and you'll firstly see in the background a bunch of Koopas for enemies. Again, taking from Sticker Star, there's going to be no broad diversity in enemies to fight in areas. They're sticking with the generic enemies of Goombas and Koopas instead. We can also see the ink maximum has since raised, so that'll grow as you progress. To the right we see blobs of rainbows, which presumably raises your ink meter, allowing you to splatter more areas. When Mario hits this blank wall here, he is rewarded with both coins and a worn out hammer card, showing once again we'll be using stickers/cards to attack, much like Sticker Star, but more on that later. Next section, real life objects will also be returning from Sticker Star, in this case a giant fan which restricts further progression from this point. You can even see that it lifts the bridge here, yet doesn't make Mario's head flap about like you'd expect it to. Anyway, to get around it you must tell Kenny to cut out obstacles. So in this case you must cut out the sky, and that lets you reach a flag over there somehow. And wait, huh? I'm a little lost. How does that help? That's very clearly in the background off past some water, so you can't just walk up to it. Now the sky doesn't limit you. I mean, at least in Super Paper Mario it was just attached to the background wall and you could walk to it, and in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door you could just go through a pipe. And even then with this trailer, it doesn't show you how we got past the fan here. I'm very lost. But from the cutout scene we can see a blank question mark block and some floating coins, which are collected in the next scene here, even though they're missing when the sky is actually cut out. So wait, does this scene come first? In that case, how does this help with the fan? It doesn't? Then how do you get around the fan? Oh wait, yeah, in the cutout scene the fan has stopped, but there's still a gap between lands and the bridge is still raised. Has time frozen, or have they not fixed the bridge thing? Are you expected to cut out the fan? But then how do you get past it if it's still there when you're here? Okay, this scene is just confusing me. Moving on. Here's a look into the battle system with a boss, Morton Jr., so I guess the whole Koopa Kid family will be involved here, and it looks as though this is the first one as Mario is still running around with 50 HP. You can still be crumpled, just like Sticker Star. Also, perhaps every Koopa Kid has some kind of 3D weapon to use against you, like this hammer here. Using magic, which we briefly see here, Morton Jr. heats up his hammer so that it's on fire. Interestingly, this creates an environmental effect as the whole place seems to be burning up. Looks cool, I must admit. Also, we can see that he is slowly losing his colour too. Anyway, to take him down we use real life items. Again, kind of ruins the build up and appeal of the battle really. Though I will admit that the scenarios these items create do seem kind of entertaining to me. Just the way everything moves looks funny to me. I don't know. Here's another more generic fight. Hey, at least we got a Spiny. And here's more real life item moves. It's nice to see Mario reacting to them in different ways. It's like they're trying to give him a bit more character. Although this battery scene one is disappointing. Our enemy lineup is Shy Guy with Straw, Blue Spiked Shy Guy, Green Spiked Shy Guy, Red Spiked Shy Guy. I mean, sure, we've had reoccurring characters in all Paper Mario games, but this one seems a little lazy here. This looks like this could have been interesting, though why the Shy Guys again? Though this concept does seem pretty cool to me. Welcome to much later in the game, Mario has 175 HP! And is riding a dragon of some kind. Don't know its official name, if it even has one at this point. Though it does look like we've already injured it to get to this point, as it has a massive bump and plaster on its head, right where we're standing. Hey, maybe there will be some variety. Here's a Fire Bro and a Sniffit. And the mechanics here seem cool, where we're travelling lava by hanging a burger in front of a dragon enemy. You may also be able to control bites to take down land, or it may be automatic. And here's a floating card if you want to jump and grab it for a moment. New area, and there's a little boat, looking a lot more like the one from the title screen. Huh. This seems to be a time trial of some kind as indicated by the timer. Hammering also paints a path for you. Is this controlled or expected in any way, or do you just have to get lucky? Here's the Toads, number 2, 3, 4 and 5. All red. Woohoo. We must use a fan to blow the boat towards us as well as a distant blue toad. Although with the fan comes a huge wave, which we see closer here, which then turns into, well, at least a little humour, I guess. And now Mario and Kenny rest in a couple of beach chairs while Toads 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 hula dance without the hula skirts. Still don't know the real name of Kenny, but hey, it comes out October. Seriously, bad trailer, hinting towards new characters only showing one and not revealing their name. But thankfully there was a story trailer that was revealed live with Nintendo at E3, revealing more details of the introduction of the game and giving us more extended scenes. So first of all, how on earth does Nintendo plan to do well when this trailer isn't even a video on their channel? Who are they marketing to? And also, the reason we jump locations is because the stamp on the back of the blank toad holds the symbol of a place Mario recognizes. Prism Island! Coming here we can see the boat I was referencing earlier that doesn't look anything like the one on the title screen, hence why I'm confused. We also see that Kenny was first underground before conspicuously being revealed to Mario and Peach. So what's his name? Huey. Is that really his name though? Couldn't Hugh suffice? I mean, that's a real name. I'm sticking with Kenny, but not for trailer analyses. Might actually confuse people. This trailer also reveals at least 2 more blank toads, numbers 12 and 13. And that's all that reveals, but there's also the reveal trailer from 3 months ago. From this we can see the generic world map will be the way of travelling, so no open world exploration. Here's 3 more toads, and 3 more! Up top here is a star, identical to the symbol on the blank toad. Do these represent the end of a level, or perhaps they are the 6 things that we need to collect? It could be possible that you get 1 at the end of each world, and there's 1 right at the start to get the ball rolling. Also yeah, you can eventually colour the flowers up here, and the main story toad, though I bet he'll get lost in the crowd. Speaking of crowd, here's 10 more. The battling was revealed here to be a tad more unique in that you don't use stickers, you use cards, which come in the exact same variety as stickers. You must paint in the colours to use them, so the theme of paint is constant. Then you flick them up and boom! But wait, there's more! Because there was also a 40-minute demonstration of the game being shown at the Nintendo Treehouse, so let's scout through that quickly to see what else there is to be seen. Firstly, this area here is known as Blue Bay Beach, and in battle we can see that the lack of colour on an enemy represents the fact that they've taken damage. The amount of colour they've lost links to the amount of HP they have. After the battle we also see some more collectibles for Mario, including a couple of cardboard hammers which seem to add more paint to the meter in the top right hand corner, but remain separate to the primary colours. It even turns the meter into an actual hammer. What exactly this does is, when it is fully charged up, you'll be able to hold more maximum paint. The commentator in this demonstration also talks about the 6 stars that need to be collected.
Prism Island has lost its beloved paint stars, and we know there's a paint star somewhere here. We're going to track it down.
Also, you can hammer the environment in order to gather more paint. There's also 2 hammer buttons, one to just hit with a hammer and one to hit with a painty hammer. And there's cheeps in this game. In battles again, there's an element of tactic here in how much paint you want to sacrifice for each attack, as you may need to save some for later, but your damage will be limited. Enemies are completely blank when defeated. Grim. Also, the bonus animation is practically identical to Sticker Star. Whoa. We can also see that there is no experience gained from battles. So why do you want to do it? 'Cause you can get cards sometimes. Enemy cards. They're a new mechanic. An enemy comes to fight and takes hits for you. I guess battling's also good to get a lot of paint, but then they also use up quite a bit, so although the more you battle, the more paint you can hold, so I don't know. But if you're never using too much paint to battle anyway, it could be possible just to skip all or most battles. Be an interesting run attempt. Also, according to Risa Tabata, the assistant producer of Color Splash, Huey acts as a security system thing that activates when Prism Island begins to lose its colour, because this is apparently the thing they planned ahead of time. The 5 green toads we saw at the end of the trailer are known as the 5 Fun Guys, and the one with the crease got the crease from hiding in a clam. By the way, the game will continue to feature Toad collecting puzzles. Yay. The demonstration also revealed Paper Luigi is in the game. He appears as a hidden secret to be found scattered throughout the world, giving you a coin bonus every time you find him. Okay, so the cutout scene has been solved. When you cut out a section, it's always to cross something that's impossible to cross. When you cut something out, you are then able to traverse the line you've created while in this mode, which magically gets you to the other side. It doesn't make logical sense, but that's how it works. It's like an interdimensional walk across the thing mode. In the Morton Jr. battle, who's just called Morton now, using an enemy card will make it run away instead of fight you. When Mario is badly damaged, he will be losing his solidness as paper and the music will go more wavy. Defeating Morton gets you the red big paint star, which restores red to Prism Island. And looking at the loading screen, it's safe to say that these are all the colour variants of the big paint stars. Also from this battle you get the cat real life thing, you know what I'm talking about. Here's the world map of Prism Island. So there are little paint stars to represent the end of a level and big paint stars which are needed to fulfill whatever this shrine is. To me, having them so similar is a little confusing, but that's how it is. Some toads have banded together to become the Rescue Squad. Again, more toad collecting. And Swoopers return. And that's pretty much it. A lot of extra stuff from the 40-minute demonstration and some info was taken from Game Explain's interview with Mr. Barter, but yeah, overall, really not a lot. Just the sticker star formula with a couple of tweaks. And when you've got 28 generic toads running around this early, things aren't looking too great. That would explain why the dislikes are slightly overpowering at the moment. Not even Toadsworth was, worth putting in this game. Anyway, maybe now you can see why so many people are against Paper Mario Color Splash. I was originally quite hopeful for this game. The quality looked good with it being on the Wii U and the aesthetic was bearable. I like the look of the opening cutscene quite a bit, plus the music sounds nice and upbeat, albeit very Sticker Star styled, but still fun. But really, everything else is just bland formulaic stuff, and you know how I feel about that. But yeah, it's also been confirmed from a Game Explain interview, basically that they're not doing Paper Mario like they used to because they are focusing on the fact that it's paper now, so they feel that if you want a Mario RPG, you go to Mario and Luigi, and if you want Paper Mario, who's just paper, you go to Paper Mario, even though we like Paper Mario for its story and not because it's made out of paper, and they're just pushing their own mechanics and not listening to the fans. But hey, That's Nintendo. I think what everyone enjoyed about the original 3 Paper Mario games was, you know, the colourful characters, the puzzle solving, the humour, yeah. And the story! Don't forget the goddamn story! You say we want colourful characters. That doesn't literally mean different colours of toads and one new character. That means broad variety in species. In puzzle solving, that doesn't mean the same repeated puzzles from Stick a Star and unchallenging card choices. For humour, that's alright actually, but cutting out story, creativity and diversity makes humour the only outstanding part of the game. That's not gonna carry it alone, game. I feel like that answer was just a lie, really, to that question. I mean, no. You're not doing your characters well, you're not really doing your puzzle solving well, and you've just thrown story out the way for the most generic piece of crap. This isn't an attempt at a game. I feel like this is just following a formula, making an easy game to get a little bit more money. The animations are the same, the concept the same, the character, the one new character, is just another repaint, excuse the pun, of Kirsty. This is not new. This is just work. It's just doing it again for more money. And I'm not gonna buy the game, not even for an LP. It's not worth my money. I'm gonna consider it a miss. And if you don't like these kind of games, I kinda recommend you do, because I know a few people that are gonna buy the game anyway, even though they don't like it, and I say, just don't. Let Nintendo burn to the ground on this one, if they're not already. Guess we might as well just scrap it up and throw it in the bin. My name's been Daz, you didn't really care, and if you want to see me cover something else from E3, let me know, I'll get round to it. I'll see you in a bit.